this time. It's going to put them into the view mode where I can see them all like they're laid out on a table. When it's in the view mode, you cannot change any one particular slide, but you can change the order of all of the slides. Okay, now it's coming up with all of the different slides. I can change the size. It's showing them to me right now at 66%. I can come up here and change that to, I want you to show me the slides at 50%. Now it's giving me more slides per viewing area. I could put it at 33% or whatever I wanted, then pretty soon you can't read what's on the slide. Okay, the Canadian Geographic, where I talk about Axel Island, I'm just hitting page down and going through page at a time through all of these slides. When it's in this mode, called the sorter mode, I could grab a slide. When it gets a black box around it, it is called selected. I can then hold the left mouse button down and move that slide over to a new location. Let me move it down here between a couple pictures and drop it. It automatically sorts the slides. It moved it right to there. Control Z will undo whatever you just did. Since I don't want to move that slide, I just undid it. But you can actually pick up slides and move them around, rearrange your order. If this one has a box around it, I can duplicate it if I want to make two of them. Control D duplicates it. I use that Control Duplicate frequently because I don't want to have to redo the font size, the font style, the background color, and all those things on the slide. So I get one like I want it, duplicate it a whole bunch of times, and then just go back in and change the words, what it says, the text. That saves me from having to edit every slide. You just do your first one. Okay, I'm going to find this Axel Island where I talk about that. Let's see that. Oh, right here. Axel Island happens to be slide number 196. I clicked on it twice. It opened it up into the edit mode. Now, I can no longer sort the order of the slides. Now I can pick on this particular slide. This is a tree stump from Axel Island, and it's pictures in Canadian Geographic of the redwood trees they find up there. I would like to import the picture from my desktop to PowerPoint. The shortcut is Alt-I, which is image, or insert. Picture is P. F from file. So now my computer is going to say, what picture do you want to put in here? I went under Insert Picture from File. Okay, I will have to go the page up here to get to my desktop. Once I get to the desktop, which is where my stuff is saved in this case, I will find Canadian Geographic right there and tell it, yep, insert that picture. It brought the picture in now as a small picture. I'm going to drag it over to the corner. I'm just holding the left button down, dragging it over, and dropping it. I would like it to be stretched out a little bigger than that, so I'm going to grab the corner and stretch the corner up. And that's about 300 pixels high, since my projector projects 600 by 800. My computer actually does more than that, but my projector won't, so I just leave it at that. This is the text I put at the bottom. I'm going to click right on the box and squeeze the box in by dragging the box on the side. I'm dragging it over so that my text is not underneath the picture. Now I'm running off the bottom of the screen, so I'm going to use the arrow keys and scoot the text up. Right there. I have all kinds of toolboxes up here. I can do things to the text or to the picture, whatever is selected. In this case, it's got a border around it, but there's no cursor flashing in there. If there is a cursor like this, it's flashing. Now whatever I do with the toolbox is only going to affect whatever I do at that point. I would like to affect the whole box, so I will simply click on the edge like this. Now the entire box is selected. I'm going to use the tool up here that squeezes the paragraph. Decrease paragraph spacing or increase paragraph spacing. And if you look down here, as I click the decrease paragraph spacing, it's actually moving the lines closer together. And that way it fits a little better on there. I just imported a picture from the desktop that I just scanned in, put it into my slide presentation. I want to save this. I get it like I want it. Okay. Control S is the shortcut to save. It is wise to do that frequently. Control S whenever you're doing anything with a computer, because they have a tendency of falling apart on you. I have a black background. On this particular picture, I have a black background, a picture of a tree stump that I scanned in earlier, a picture of the magazine cover, and text. The computer doesn't know what's going on here. All it knows is it's got all these dots to memorize. So I have the order of the pictures. Right now, for instance, I have Canadian Geographic in front of the picture of the stump. If I wanted to change the order, I could go click on Canadian Geographic. It now is selected. I can go under Draw, or I can use the shortcut keys. Draw, order, send to back. Now the stump is in front of the picture. You can just change the order. Control-Z will undo that. Okay, let's page down to another one. This is just simply text that I typed in. I noticed when we put this on TV, sometimes the edge of the font gets cut off on some people's TVs, so I'm going to click right in the middle of the text. In this case, I have two boxes. I've got the Hovind theory is one box, and then number 5 is another box of text that I made. And you make text by going up on the text tool. You pick up a text, you click on it, drop it in the middle here, and then start typing. And then you adjust the size of your box based on these grab handles on the side. You can twist it. You can take this box of text and do things. I can change what's in it. I'm going to click right on the edge. Now I've got the whole box selected. I'm going to shrink the font size down right here. Shrink the font size. Increase the paragraph spacing. Drag the border in just a little bit. I'm on the right side here, dragging the border in. And move the whole box over to center it. Now it's not quite so close to the edge, and it won't be a problem on TV. But this is all white lines. It's hard to read so much without some kind of color in there. Plant or animal material, petrifying. I clicked right before the word plant. I want these letters to be a different color. I'm going to hit Shift, Control, and then the arrow keys will do one word at a time. Now I'm going to go up here to my toolbox that changes the font color right there. Click on the arrow beside it, and that'll drop down my options. More font colors. I can pick any color I want off the peacock or whatever you call this thing. Or I can go under Custom and really customize it. Let's get a bright yellow. Now let's go. I like the standard because I always use this bright yellow right there. Oh. Now I tell it OK, and those letters should be bright yellow now. All of my text that I project on the screen, I put a black shadow. Let me show you how to do a shadow. I'm going to click on the Hovind theory, click on the edge of the box. These are all shadow tools. Now you can pick up your toolbox and move it to the bottom of the screen. You can put them on the right of the screen. You can adjust it any way you want. I have all mine at the top. This is the shadow color. I can change the shadow color to, again, any one of those colors. I have a dark blue background with a black shadow. That seems to show up the best. This over here is also a shadow tool, and I can click on this and makes the shadow go down and to the right, which kind of seems to be the best looking and kind of the industry standard, though you can make it go other ways, but it looks a little funny. Shadow down and to the right seems to be the best option. So all of mine are done that way. Once I get onto the shadow, see escape out of there, I can nudge the shadow up or down or right or left. These are all shadow nudge tools if you like it a little longer, a little deeper, whatever, you know. I just kind of picked the standard one there. If I'd like to put something on this picture, like on this box, let's put a arrow on there. I've got auto shapes. I can pick up an arrow right here, basic arrows. I'll pick up this arrow, drop it right here. Now I can take that arrow and stretch it out. The arrow is got several things I can do to it. I can stretch it. It's just a shape. There's a little yellow box right there. I can grab that yellow box and move the size of the arrow head. I have two things now to this arrow that I haven't touched yet. The inside color, it happens to be green, and the outside border is black. I can go up here to the fill color and change the fill to red.